Obviously, I have bulked up to my present athletic appearance since then, but it was real touch and go there for a while. You can all relax, Spade is ripped and ready for the combine. That's an NFL reference. By the way, my parents met when Dad was in the Air Force as a radar man, which is the biggest pussy job, and my mom was a sweet, attractive little debutante who went from private schools to Denison University in Ohio. They both attended that, and I guess sparks flew. I can't imagine the sparks, but they tell me they were there. So in a major play-a move, my dad, Sammy, put a ring on it, and my mom was looking forward to a very quiet, normal life in the Midwest, raising a family with her doting husband nearby. We will find out how this plan went off the tracks later. These hooks keep you listening. Needless to say, growing up, I was pretty microscopic, and I hated it. I wasn't just short. I was like, oh, fuck, I hope everything's cool with this kid. Maybe he's actually a hamster short. I'm one of 3 kids, all dudes, Brian, Andy, and David, B-A-D, as my mom joked. She's not a pro comedian, so I didn't expect a huge LOL out of that. I'm the baby, and compared to my brothers, I looked like a baby. And oh, I acted like a baby, too. I was such a gigantic pussy/mama's boy growing up, it was almost comical. Actually, not almost comical. It is comical. Now, at the time, it was just sad. Anyone could beat me up at any time. I was fragile, and I was always scared. I'll back up a wee bit. I was born in Michigan. Fuck this book, it's boring already. Pick up the pace, Spade. When I was 4, my dad had this great idea to move from Michigan, where he was from and where my brothers and I were all born, to Arizona. I think the move was motivated by my dad's desire to cheat on my mom in a different state. Apparently he had plowed through Michigan, literally, and he was ready to take on the Valley of the Sun. Sammy wasn't super reliable, so once we got there, it became clear he didn't have the job he said he did, so he grabbed some temp sales job at a magazine that didn't pay jack shit. Then he scrammed on the family, and that was that. No calls, no alimony, no child support. Crickets across the board. So my mom, who was truly a saint, had the unfortunate job of raising 3 selfish little rugrats with little to no income in a town she didn't know with 0 friends around. The least my dad could have done was bail out on her in Michigan so she had some peeps around, but he was too selfish to be that thoughtful. So here we were, frying in the desert with no dough and no plan. My mom had to go out and get 2 jobs. However, this was the 70s, when guys were assholes and women didn't get paid anything. It's sort of like today. Yay, progress. So she worked constantly as a secretary and also doing sales at a department store, while my brothers and I were constantly bitching about not having enough of everything. Why don't I have a surfboard, etc. Must have been tough on her. Mom would break down sometimes, but mostly she wouldn't complain and tried to make her ungrateful little children happy. My dad would show up once a year and give me a Nerf football for Christmas and act like he was my hero. Oh my God, it's 2 colors, you spoil us, you prick. The thing was, he was sort of a hero when he came around. When your dad isn't there, you wonder what the fuck he did to make it so bad where he had to go. It's not like his kids were accidents. He planned to have a family. Then he couldn't take the press and he skedoodled, leaving Mom with 0 babysitting money and skimpy food rations. So when he came to visit, it was like the Pope had come to town or something. We were all over him. So embarrassing. Not really fair to Mom, that's just the way it works when you're a kid. She'd sit there leaning in her robe against the curtains, smoking her Salem's going, he's a real hero. You know, I never really noticed I was poor. When you're a kid, you just find shit to do around the house or the yard to keep yourself busy. If you've never had badass toys, you don't really miss them. And people around us were poor too, so I fit right in. I had no complaints. I used my imagination to entertain myself. I also had a rock collection and a beer can collection I was very proud of. These were my mom's ideas. I didn't realize till later that it was genius on her part. Hey, Davy, you should collect rocks and cans. They're free. While you're at it, collect old cigarette butts and broken glass, too. It was very crafty of her. And I'm not bragging, but I had mica, pyrite, and an amethyst in my collection. Oh, yeah. Side note to listeners, amethyst, those big purple crystal ones, were a big panty dropper back in the day. Oh, yeah. Even the big old-school 70s panties with the louvers on them. Dinners at home usually consisted of the 5 main food groups: tater tots, fish sticks, mac and cheese, Oreos, and cereal, or some combination of these, with a Coke or milk. She did her best. Later we moved up to lean cuisine. We were ballin'. It was a real Little Wayne time for us. From day one, I was the school pipsqueak. In class pictures, they sat us shortest to tallest, and I was always first. It was me